Hey everybody, Derek here in the flow of prosperity. Um, I came on here today to uh, really just make it very apparent the one logical reasoning behind being able to control events on the outside, why it doesn't fix the problems on the inside. So it's like this, right? You've got a car, and I want to make it something that really connects, right? Okay, you've got a car, right? And the transmission fluid is low. What that means is the fluid that moves around in your car that you shift to make it move, like either go in drive or reverse or all that, the fluid that makes those parts work that shift that thing is getting low. And when it gets low, it also gets really dark, which means it needs changed. Okay? So here's the thing. If you go The problem is with the transmission. It needs the fluid, right? But I think that what happens is we go and try to put oil in. We go and try to fill oil in. And the reason for a lot of us originally would be that we don't even know what the heck transmission fluid even is. What the heck is that? When you hear somebody say it, you say, oh, they must be talking about oil, right? Because you're not even aware. And I'm not saying, like, obviously if you know what that is, then you don't you but if you fix cars, you might realize what I'm talking about. You might realize that there's people literally out there like that. They don't even know that that exists. So what they do, a lot of us do, we like to go to the place of knowing, because like just knowing off the bat without actually doing some reflection, back to going inside where the what really needs the attention is going on. Okay. And life is like that for us, right? We try to make all the outside events change, the people, the events. We try to strategize to move this here to make this go that way. And you know what? After doing enough work, sometimes, yes, that'll, but it's a long journey, isn't it? And some of your goals aren't even showing a promise of coming yet. So, for this to work, you've got to realize, you've really just got to take in the fact that trying to move and strategize the outside things may make it feel like things are working out for you. But you notice that there's people who have accelerated and took off in such a quicker manner. And you got to wonder why that is. You really got to wonder why that is. My opinion is that something's gone on inside, okay? So, now that you do know what transmission fluid is and you do know what oil is, does it make any sense to go fill the oil up if the transmission fluid needs filled, new needs drained and new transmission filled in there? No. It's the same way with our life, okay? Changing the outside events at all. Look at me, at all. I've been back and forth on this ride a couple times. I wouldn't lie to you about that, okay? I've I've taken it to the extremes both ways. And instead now, I'm finding a place in the middle, right? Where I watch these things on the outside change as I watch these things on the inside change. And that is the whole point of being in the flow of prosperity here, or being in alignment, as it's been said, or aligning with your inner being. Okay, that is the point of sitting in quiet reflection with yourself for a while. How many times have you sat there in reflection upon the outside and pondered, what makes this work? What makes this work? What makes this work? You'll sit there. What makes this go this way? What makes that person the supervisor and me a regular employee? What makes this work? What makes this work, right? And what I want you to do, simply enough, it is very healthy to be in what's called the beta state of mind and be receptive to your outside environment. You would not be able to put a strategy in place intuitively or strategically from your inside and relate it to how you feel and how you think if you didn't. But also, there's a way to come to what they call the alpha state, and that's when you're more self-reflecting. This is where the brain has switched over to the whole other side of things, right? And the thing about this is that out of the 5 different states of mind, we got gamma at the top, right? High vibration. Beta, another high vibration. Alpha, lower vibration. Theta, even lower vibration, where you're not using your conscious mind, but your subconscious is connecting with your conscious mind and your world. And delta, where you're sleeping, right? The thing is, as you learn to move in between these different things going on with you, and get in touch with what's inside you. I know some of those things I said just probably didn't make sense to anybody, but if you really wanted to know what I'm talking about, you can type in explain brainwaves on YouTube, and there's a video with Joe Dispenza that explains all of how they work and what they have to do with how we think, right? But you don't even really need to know that. Getting in touch with your emotions and what's going on inside, your thoughts and your feelings toward an event on the outside automatically actually makes you connect the two, how you feel inside and what's going on outside, right? Because you think about, what is that thing? I see it. It's right there in front of me, right? In my life, it's right there in front of me. How is that thing right now? What am I feeling while I look at that thing? What am I thinking while I look at that thing? And then take your focus off the thing and focus on how you're feeling about the thing. And then when you focus about how you're feeling about the thing, say to yourself, what would I like to see happen now? What would I like to see happen with that thing, first off? That's totally acceptable to want that thing to either become a part of your life or to allow it to take its cycle and go elsewhere. Totally acceptable and totally logical, and even on an emotional level it makes sense, okay? But now, what do I want to change in me about this thing? What is going to make what I want to happen here on the inside that's going to make it possible for me to, on the outside, have that thing do as I'd like, right? It is a combination. It is not just your thoughts, and it is not just your emotions. How many people have you seen crying, begging, hoping that the person that they loved would love them again? How many people have you seen pull all this trickery, all this strategy, all these different things to get things to go the way they want, and either they're really good at it and they're stressed, or they're very relaxed at it and they've got it down, or it just doesn't work. Their manipulations don't work. They don't work, okay? And this is the part about it that a lot of your spiritual gurus and the leaders in holistic health, spirituality will not tell you. Remember, in Asian culture and Chinese culture, there was a yin and a yang, right? Listen to me. I've already said it's good to focus on the things that you want to change out there. It's good to focus on the things you want to change in here. It's good to get in touch with how inside of you and being loving and understanding can affect the things around you. And it's also good to get in touch on how the things around you affect the inside of you, right? Very good example of this is simple. You don't really consciously have to think about it when you're with somebody that makes you feel good and you're used to feeling good. You do, if depending on where you are at in your life, right? But when that one person comes around that for some reason, there's not a logical reason, you just don't feel good around them, right? They may change with time. We all change with time. Anybody who says they're different, guess what? You're wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, okay? There's sometimes people don't change their whole life. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, you're right. But you're wrong. They could change. They could change. Yes, they can. Energy changes form. Energy turns into particles. Particles can turn back into energy. That's it. That's scientifically proved. We're done with it. Not trying to cause an argument so much. Just really want to wake up the people that did come to this video with a purpose. And that's it, okay? Be receptive to how you feel on the inside more for right now if you've been so focused on the outside. And once you find that place where you're feeling better on the inside, don't be so upset when the outside circumstances haven't changed so much, but you've started to feel good about them maybe. And then realize that now once it's going on, it's a balancing game, okay? It's a balancing between what's going on the outside of you and what's going on the inside of you. So, yeah, that's really what it is. It's really a balancing game. And you know what? You don't have to be perfect. You're not a better person if you're perfect. You're not a better person if you succeed more of the times than not. You just get more enjoyment from succeeding more of the times. If you feel angry about something, you're not a bad person because you feel angry. And if you feel, if you're willing to go help people because you feel good, you're not a better person because you go and do that. But it feels good to feel good. It feels good to help other people. And it doesn't feel good to be angry. When you reflect on what's going on inside, you can balance it out, right? Maybe you're a people pleaser and you do so many good for other people. Yes, it feels good. But guess what? You have a sense of anger and regret inside, right? Because what happens? These people don't value you. And I'm going to say it right here. Look, boom. Remember alignment? This is you valuing yourself. This is you valuing your outside world. This is you valuing yourself. This is you reflecting on your inside world. You can get caught in either cycle. This is the cycle that you want to be in most of the time. Alignment, right? In the flow of prosperity. This over here, the people that you know that are that go between being angry and depressed. I was one of them not too long ago for a long period of my life. That's what I was shown. I did some things that I take full responsibility for. And I also realized, though, that I forgive myself. And the other people, they're more than capable of forgiving me, too. And as they do, good things are going to happen for them. Boom. This over here, right? The outside world, pleasing, yada, yada, this and that. It is totally good to, from time to time, doom. I just made a little video on my Instagram about this. You are not supposed to. If you were in alignment all the time, we would be back in the perfect state of being that we've been in before, where we all were one, or we would be in it again in the future of what's coming. So I'm running out of camera time, but I just wanted to really hammer that home, dude. Be receptive to your outside world. Be receptive to how you feel inside. If you've neglected your inside world for a while, go within a little bit. Meditate. Do some of these things. Once you start to feel good, right back into your outside world. What would I like to see change here? Yeah, I think I'd really, really like that. Wouldn't it be nice if I became that millionaire that I've wanted to be all these years? Oh, yeah. You know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. Boom. That's a real good thing for anybody who's having doubts too. So anyways, if you've liked this video, hit the like button, please. If you'd like to see more of what I do, hit the subscribe button. Before I leave, I'd like to say, I am word through my intention. Word, I am word. Thank you, God. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Universe. And thank you, Inner Being.